For my CSE final, I studied the printing press and put all my data onto a Google Sites page. In this video, I'll be giving you the full rundown as to how I created this website. To begin, I first searched up Google Sites as per usual, found my login, and I logged in onto my Google Sites page. The best part about Google Sites is that you can create a website using any of their given templates. It's really nice. So I'm on my website currently, as you can see right here, editing. When it comes to the difference between Google Sites and HTML/CSS, I really don't see much of a difference. For the user is able to embed CSS and HTML code directly onto the sites. As you can see here on my homepage, let me open it up. Embed from the web right here. In order to do this, an individual will go over here to the Insert tab and click Embed, and then you can start your code right here. You may be asking, how is it stored, edited, and accessed? My Google website is saved as files in my Google Drive. Other data is stored in the Google Index. The coolest part about Google Sites is that it doesn't use storage space, even though you have all this data on your website. My website is edited just like how I'm showing you right here on Google on sites.google.com. When editing, the page gives you easy to find prompts such as insert pages and themes right here in the top right. Insert has to do with text, data, images, and code. Pages has to do with the separation between each page on your website. And finally, themes is where you can add your own pizzazz and color. This is my favorite part. So I'm going to be telling you about my logo and banner. To create my logo right here, I looked up a PNG of paper, and I took this PNG that I downloaded over to a website known as Pixlr, where you're able to add extra photos and fonts. So I added in a photo of Gutenberg in a book and typed in the printing press. I then downloaded this onto my computer. In order to make this background and kind of border sort of thing, I actually went the easy route, and I used Google Slides, and I found a background of a leather looking color, and I did the dimensions of what this page is, and I just added in text and all that, and I put in the PNG of my easy to find logo. I'm gonna start by showing you guys a video that I created with my grandpa, but in order to do that, I'm gonna hop over to the actual page and not my editing source. All right, here I am at Impact and Effects. I'm gonna be showing you guys this video, as I said, so that you guys don't have to look it up. You're welcome, besties. My name is Maddie Gibson, and I'm here today interviewing my grandpa about the printing press. So Poppy, can you provide any insights about the benefits or the harm that the printing press could have brought along?
Sure. Well, I guess the greatest benefits would be it became the marvelous ability to communicate information.
Alright, so after talking to my grandfather, I thought I would show you guys how the printing press was used. The tools used was a mallet, ink, paper, and usually they would have a board of words that were carved into cork. How the printing press worked, so at A, that contained your letters in the cork and your paper. It would be rolled under B, known as the press, and the man who has the long stick, he would pull that back, and that's how they were pressed together. Another website that has great information is history.com. They have great photos of the printing press, as you can see right here, and it has great content about different historical factors like creators and all that. It has a link down here below for 7 ways the printing press changed the world, and it's really fabulous because you get even more information. You're welcome for that, besties. Now I'm going to go over some burning questions you guys may have. First question, indicate the name and just basic info about your innovation. So I studied the printing press created by Gutenberg in 1436. This innovation helped out the spread of messages across different countries. It was just easy to use paper, created books, newspapers, and pamphlets. Now I'm going to be speaking about the impact and effects. On this page, you can see that I have like a little survey. Whoops, I accidentally changed the page, my bad. So let's hop on down here, benefits and impacts. Explain the benefit of my of my innovation. So my innovation, like I noted before, it helped the spread of messages among different countries. And how it impacted the society. Once again, it was easy to communicate with people all around the world. And with the printing press, as you probably know from like 5th grade history class, people would have to write sentences in the same words over and over again. Whereas with the printing press, you just have to do it once. Down here, I have my findings from my survey, and right here indicate how my innovation impacted the era. So in this chart that I have right here, number of copies and centuries, copies went up extremely high, up to 1 billion in the 18th century. It's quite crazy. That means a lot of messages were being spread. Describe how the innovation works. Like I did in that video that I showed you before, you needed ink and a engraved corkboard. Ink was put onto a corkboard. It was pressed down onto the paper that was in a wooden box. And somebody would pull back on a big long stick and it was pressed down hard. And then after that, you have a lovely piece of printed paper. Right here, I'm going to explain how it includes one of the big ideas of abstraction, algorithms, programming, and the internet. Well, sister, because this innovation was created in 1436, we didn't really have any of those big fancy things. So I'm going to be talking to you about algorithms. I define an algorithm as a process of a big set of rules. Printing press case, you had to have different quote-unquote ingredients such as ink, paper, and the big machine in order to use the printing press, Those were all vital. And you have a set number of steps that you had to do in order to use it. All right, describe how your innovation consumes data. So the innovation simply spreads information that people have been writing down. Like I said, it's almost like a little newspaper because all this information is engraved on corkboard and then it's pressed onto paper. So you get a bunch of copies of it so it can be spread throughout societies and countries, creating news and other stories. Describe at least one data concern. So since this is kind of a public machine, people could be writing down and etching in, private data that they just want to keep to themselves. And this data could accidentally be shared along with false information. Because this was made back in, a long time ago before we had actual computers. This isn't necessarily data storage concern, but, it is a liability of the printing press. It could be dangerous for all this information to be spread to the wrong hands through the printing press. And finally, I have my lovely little references page. I used 5 references for this. And my favorite reference is probably right here, a history of newspaper. Gutenberg's press started a revolution. I'll open up that page right here and right now. All right, here we are, besties. This is a great page that I recommend you go check out because I got loads of information from here. I thank you for watching this video and learning a little bit about the printing press.
For more info, check out this link.